So what's going on, guys? Decided to go live today. So this is my very first YouTube live stream. Um, just wanted to test everything, this technical stuff, and my ability to talk to you in live. And also, I heard I'm planning to do more live streams. It's easier for me to do live streams because it when I'm doing videos, there is a editing time also will be added. So doing live streams will save a lot of time for me, and you guys also follow along with me. Alright, so just wanted to test everything. This technical stuff. I'm using OBS as the streaming software, and I heard a lot of guys using that as the streaming program, and I'm using my Logitech C920 Pro webcam as the default cam, and I'm using my regular microphone, Boya VMC X600. And yeah, so that's basically the technical stuff I have added for this. Alright, so okay. So why don't we build something today? I mean, something very little, just to test everything, whether my setup is working or not. So I plan to create a little Node.js project with TypeScript. I'm hoping to start a TypeScript new series, just like we did earlier a few years back, a REST API with Node.js and MySQL. It's a Node.js, I mean, with JavaScript, but in coming week or next month, I'm hoping to start a brand new series, a REST API with Node.js with TypeScript and MongoDB. So we will be using Mongoose as the um, ORM for MongoDB. All right, so let me open up my folder and let's open up our terminal. Right, in our terminal, let's type code dot period, and this will open up VS Code, our favorite code editor. I'm gonna close this up, and yeah, this is our project. By the way, since this is my very first live stream on YouTube, there can be a lot of mistakes, so I beg your pardon for that. And just suggest me if I am missing anything, and let me know if you guys can hear me correctly. Let's check our monitor. Sounds good so far. Alright, so I hope you see can my I hope you can see my screen. Alright, please do let me know. The chat box is here, so you can suggest me anything, whether I'm doing something wrong, or if you have any questions, please do let me know. Okay, so in our project, let's open up our terminal in VS Code. Here, let's initialize a Node.js project. I just want to build something today. I mean, not something specific, just something very little. So just you can follow along with me, and I just can uh, get familiar with these tools and do a live stream properly. So okay, so let's initialize a Node.js project, npm init. So you guys already know how to initialize a Node.js project. So if you don't, let me zoom this little bit. So alright, so to initialize a Node.js project, we type npm init, and we can simply hit enter, and it will ask us some configuration, the project name, description, author, uh, stuff like that. But if we add this double dash y flag, then it will enter the default details for that. So we don't need to enter anything. So our project is initiated with this package.json file with default values. Alright, alright, so now let's install some packages, some dependencies. Let me clear this up. Let's install, if you are building a REST API with Node.js, we want Express, which is the web server, and we might need to some packages like .env to read the values from .env file, and also we might need, if we are using MongoDB, we might need an ORM that supports MongoDB. I'm using Mongoose for that. Mongoose is a very lightweight, very functional ORM for MongoDB. Alright, so let's install them. npm install express .env, and also mongoose, just like this. And I forgot to mention another package, which is Joy. Joy is a package that allows us to do all the request validation, so that we can clean all the data entered by the user. Alright, so let's install these 4 packages. Okay, so the packages are installed. Let's open up a package.json file, and as you can see, we have these dependencies. Alright, now we need some more packages as development packages, development dependencies. Okay, since we are developing this using TypeScript, we need some package to compile our TypeScript code into JavaScript. Even though we develop our application using TypeScript, we cannot run it using TypeScript. I mean, in production or when we deploy our application, we need to compile it to JavaScript. So that's what we need to do in order to run our application. Alright, so we need to install npm install, and as the development dependency, we need to add this double dash dev flag TypeScript. We need to install TypeScript as a development dependency, and we need something like ts node dev another package, ts.nodedev. What this package does is this will compile our application into JavaScript, and it auto restart our application, and it is very helpful when we are developing, so that we don't need to manually compile our TypeScript code into JavaScript. It automatically compiles our application and restart our application. So it's a really handy development tool. Alright, so what's next? Alright, so we need one more package, which is types for Express. Well, we need this package because since we are developing this application using TypeScript, we need to tell Express that we need to install using we are developing this using TypeScript, so we need to install TypeScript definitions for Express. So that's what this package does. Alright, so this will install TypeScript definitions for Express. Yeah, so I think these three packages are the development dependencies we need. Let's hit enter, and this will install these dependencies. Alright, so those are installed as well. Let me clear this up. And alright, so we have installed all the dependencies and development dependencies as well. Let me double check. Oops. Let's save this again. We haven't saved our application development dependencies, so we run it again. Alright, so we have saved it in our package.json. Alright. So what's next? Let's install TypeScript globally. We need TypeScript globally in order to run all the TypeScript commands. Npm install -g. So this will tell that we need to install it globally. TypeScript. Alright, so we installed TypeScript globally, and so what's next? So we installed all the dependencies, and now let's initialize our TypeScript project. To do that, we need to type tsc.cmd and /init. Alright, so if you are on Windows, you need to add this cmd as well to your tsc command. But if you are on Mac or something like Ubuntu, you just need to add this tsc and space /init. Alright, so we created we initialized our TypeScript project using that command, and you can see we have created a new file called tsconfig. So this is the configuration for our TypeScript project. Let me walk you through that. See, we have some options, we have some configurations, and we have quite a few of comments. So I'm not going to change anything. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add a comma here, and I'm gonna add a new property called outdir. So what this field does is we are setting a new directory to save our compiled JavaScript files. Like I said, we cannot run our application using TypeScript. We need to compile it to JavaScript. So whenever we compile it, we need to save those JavaScript files somewhere in our project. So that's what this directory does. I'm gonna name that directory called dist. You can name it with whatever you want, but I'm going to use this name. Okay, hit save, and I'm going to close this. Alright, so we have initialized our TypeScript project. Now let's create a new folder called src. So this is where all the source files will go. Alright, so inside this source folder, let me create a new file called app.ts, not js. Oops. Inside this folder, new file called app.ts, not js, ts. And I'm going to create another file called server.ts. So this will be our express application. This will be our node.js server, just like we have done earlier in our node.js projects. So here when we are creating a node.js project, we first initialize an express application. If you are using express, we need to initialize our express application. Okay, so why don't we import express here? Import express from express, just like this, and then create a new constant called app equals to express, just like this. And then we can export our application. Export default app. Nice. Alright, now let's open up our server file and let's import our application. Import app from app. Then we need to make our application listen, just like this. And to this listen function we can pass our port. I'm going to add put port 3000, and then a callback function. Okay, then we can do something like console log, and we let's add something like app is running. Nice. Alright, so we created an Express application, and we created the server using our application, and we haven't really run this yet. Let's save this and close this, and let's open up our terminal, and let's run this. Before we can run our application, we need to compile this to TypeScript. So okay, to compile this to TypeScript, I'm gonna type tsc cmd command, and as you can see, now we have another folder called dist has been automatically created in our project, and it has this app.js and server.js. So we have compiled our TypeScript application into JavaScript, and this is our compiled JavaScript application. So we need to run this JS file as our application. Okay, all right, so we compile this, and we need to run our application. Now let's type node, then the dist server.js, and now we have in our terminal, we have this string we just added in our server.js file. App is running. Let's open up our web browser, and let's see we can run our application using port 3000. Yes, we are running our server correctly. Of course, we are getting an error using cannot get this path, because we haven't really added any routes for our application, but our application is running, and our server is also running.